So my friends, what did you learn this week? Did you learn something new? Leave a comment below. Maybe you learned a new skill. Maybe you learned a new word. How about we start with a word? Every day I try to learn a new word. The Latin root, origin, definition, synonyms, and I usually find some quote that uses that word. This week's word is stoic. What's the origin of the word stoic? Stoicism is derived from the Greek word stoa poikol, which translates to porch painted, referring to the Stoa Poikol, philosophical school in ancient Greece where Zeno of Citium taught his philosophy. That's the origin. But what's the meaning? Stoic. It's not passive. It's active. Being indifferent to fear, pain, pleasure, glory. It's the inner strength that lets you face life's storms without breaking. So Seneca says, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Epictetus, it's not what happens to us, but our view of what happens to us that makes a difference. Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You're going to dip. So these are the quotes and the word and the definition. But let's delve deeper into Stoicism. Where do we find a place in modern times that embodies Stoicism? Where can we find practical examples of Stoic principles in our modern world? Let me tell you. You see, my friends, long before the days of Roman emperors, in the ancient fields of China, more than 2,000 years ago, a general named Sun Tzu wrote a book that would change the world forever. A book that isn't just about war, but about winning, about life, about strategy. It's called The Art of War. And in this video, we're going to dive deep into its ancient wisdom and reveal how it can guide you in the battles you face today. We often think strategy is about knowing others, understanding the enemy, predicting their moves, reading their intentions. But before any of that, the battle begins within. So listen to these words from The Art of War. It goes like this. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Do you know yourself? Your weaknesses, your fears, your triggers? Most people lose not because of others, but because they never took time to master themselves. The Art of War teaches us that the most crucial battle is the one we wage within our own minds. The real journey to becoming a champion starts with knowing and mastering yourself. Stop chasing things that don't matter. You stop reacting emotionally. You begin to respond intelligently. When you know yourself, you're ready to face the outside world. Then you read people, you read trends, you read your environment. You spot patterns. So when you know both sides of the battlefield, the inner and the outer, you become dangerous in the best possible way. You become unstoppable. You become calm. You become focused. You are always in control. That is the essence of Stoic strength. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You have internalized wisdom. This is a valuable lesson from The Art of War. It's a reminder that our most important battles are fought not with weapons, but with self-awareness. Now let's look at the second lesson from The Art of War. This one might surprise you. Sun Tzu wrote, "He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious." Now, think about this for a moment. Isn't this exactly what a Stoic seeks to understand? Knowing when to fight and when not to, when to speak and when to remain silent, when to take action and when to hold back. That's the essence of Stoicism. It's not the person who moves first who wins. It's the one who moves best. When it comes to the art of war, timing is everything. Timing is everything. Make sure your actions hit at the right moment. The world is filled with opportunities and challenges, but it's our timing that determines whether we seize those opportunities or face those challenges unprepared. A well-timed move can be decisive. A poorly timed move can lead to disaster. Remember what Epicurus said? The chief task in life is to separate events that are in our control from those that are not. We can't control everything that happens, but we can control how we respond. It's all about timing. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Now, the third lesson I want to share from The Art of War is another timeless piece of advice. Listen carefully. Be extreme in your endurance, frugal in your needs. When the enemy is tempering, make no attempt to oppose him. When he is yielding, make no attempt to press him. My friends, this is a call to resilience and restraint. Life is full of ups and downs. There will be times when the path is easy and the challenges are few. There will be times when the path is difficult and the challenges seem overwhelming. The key to success, according to Sun Tzu, is to be resilient during tough times and restrained during good times. This is a powerful idea. It encourages us to focus on what we can control, our attitude and our actions, not on external factors beyond our grasp. The Art of War is not just a military manual, it's a philosophy of life. The concept of Stoicism plays a significant role in both. Now, I'd like to delve into another aspect of the art of war that resonates with Stoicism. This quote is both enigmatic and profound. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. At first glance, it may seem paradoxical. Why would we want to appear weak when we are strong? Wouldn't it be advantageous to project strength in all situations? Well, my friends, the art of war suggests that sometimes it's in our best interest to appear weaker than we are. This is not a call to deception or manipulation. It's a strategic move designed to throw off our opponents, to make them underestimate us. By appearing unassuming, we can lull our adversaries into a false sense of security, allowing us to operate with greater freedom and precision. It's about maintaining an element of unpredictability, a hidden advantage. This principle aligns beautifully with the Stoic idea of indifference to external perceptions. We shouldn't be overly concerned with how others see us. Instead, we should focus on what we can control, our internal state, our reactions, and our responses. So the next time you face a challenge, remember the words of Sun Tzu. Sometimes in war, as in life, it's not our actual strength that matters most, but how that strength is perceived by others. Stay calm, be strategic, and let your actions speak louder than your intentions. And finally, let's discuss a concept from the art of war that many of us grapple with, including myself. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while the defeated and the dead are on the other side. Now, I know this sounds like common sense, but how often do we find ourselves rushing into things without taking the time to assess the situation properly? How often do we let our emotions dictate our actions rather than our thoughts? The art of war reminds us that true strength lies in patience, in careful planning, and in knowing when to engage. A true warrior doesn't fight every battle. They pick their battles wisely. This idea is echoed in the teachings of Stoicism. The great philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to us, but our view of what happens to us that makes a difference. Our reaction to events, our interpretation of them is what truly matters. We have the power to choose how we respond." So, my friends, as we come to the end of this journey through Sun Tzu's timeless wisdom, I encourage you to embrace the lessons that resonate with you. The Art of War is not just a book. It's a guidebook for navigating the complexities of life. And the principles of Stoicism, well, they're a beacon of resilience and clarity in an ever-changing world. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You have internalized wisdom.